Jisu, that all-in style, it's not as mechanical, but it's reckless and it's fun.
Well, maybe it will be Reckless. Maybe it'll be Garen versus Garen again. We got to see Reckless do that yesterday. Maybe we'll get to see him do it. Maybe we'll get to see these guys do it today. But like you said, Bjergsen has been taking this pretty seriously, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes as we're into Champion Select. And the bans are going through. Nasus and Jace banned out by Bjergsen. Jisu taking Ryze and Syndra off the table. Makes sense pretty much so far.
Yeah, I wonder if Jisu will ban the Talia because Bjergsen had some great success with that, with the fast back timers and just running back to lane constantly against fake yes, and yeah.
Olaf banned away. Bjergsen doesn't want anything to do with these unorthodox picks that might catch him off guard. Cassiopeia banned out, but that leaves Zoe open. Bjergsen thinking about that, thinking about Heimerdinger. Now, as someone who explicitly plays melee champions, Heimerdinger can be real difficult to deal with when he puts up those turrets, creates such an effective zone of control. If he thinks Jisu's going to play a melee all-in champion, Heimer can be very effective against that, but will go with the Zoe.
The Zoe is less of a CS and try to pick up the wave, but you can do it from a distance. We'll see what happens here because I am really unsure about this because Talia was up. He could have picked it, but it seems like Zoe may be a little bit higher priority for him right here.
And we talked about Bjergsen trying hard and wanting to win here, but Bjergsen is also about the showmanship. He's got the opportunity to play the Zoe. We got to see him play it in the 5v5s on day number 1. He had an awesome performance on it in Summoner's Rift. Let's see what he can do here on the Howling Abyss up against Jisu's Draven with old school summoner spells. The Silsol special, Draven with Ignite and Heal. If you get that reference, you've been playing League of Legends for a long time.
Yeah, that's way back.
That's all the way thrown back, but he's going to have Heal Ignite on the Draven. He's going up against the Zoe that's got Barrier, Exhaust, a very common summoner spell duo that we've seen throughout the course of this 1v1 bracket. Bjergsen going to be taking the Airy Keystone. Jisu going to be doing the same on this one. So that early, reliable, extra poke every time you connect on the damage.
Yeah, the sorcery tree, definitely, because it gives you adaptive AD, AP, I think it's better to start out with than to have the precision for attack speed. So I like the Airy there. And also something interesting to consider is I wonder if Airy on the W and the Q from Draven gives him the shield from Airy because things like Garen's W will make Airy give him the shield. So I'm excited to see what happens here. They both have Resolve secondary. Now we're on the Rift, or I guess the Abyss.
The Abyss. Let's see how these guys decide to play the level 1. I mean, Bjergsen's going to walk right up to that brush, and Jisu's going to say, how you doing? Hit him with a couple of axes. 1, 2, 3, right, one after the other. Now, Bjergsen will be able to get back. I mean, they met each other there before the minions spawn. Howling Abyss 1v1 isn't like Howling Abyss ARAM. You are allowed to go back and heal, shop, do whatever. I mean, if you weren't allowed to do anything until you died, it would kind of defeat the purpose, considering you die and you lose. But Bjergsen gets to go back. He'll walk out with the minion wave. No love lost.
Another thing to consider here is their items that they purchased at the start, right? We've seen Longsword 3 potions, but it's Doran's Blade 1 potion for Jisu. He's going to have to control the wave and get a lot of auto attacks off. But another thing here that's interesting is you kind of give away and telegraph where you're going to go is the Draven. So you can just throw the paddle star at the little icon.
Yeah, the axe marker. We'll have to see if he can manipulate that properly. You saw Bjergsen try to throw the paddle star backwards and catapult it into the melee wave at the very start there and miss a couple of them. So Jisu controlling the wave a little bit better right now.
Yeah, and it takes 1 minion on the second wave to actually hit level 2. So it's going to be level 2 for Jisu, but it looks like he's mostly concerned with farming here.
Yep, not going in just yet.
Oh man, this is going to be so interesting because you could just throw Sleepy Trouble Bubble at the axe and kind of force him to drop one of them.
Yep, you have to be able to play around those bubbles if you are Jisu. We've seen just how effective Zoe can be as long as you're hitting the bubbles. The damage potential you have is huge. Jisu still in a decent enough spot for now, but I also wonder how the itemization is going to go as we go on through this game, because we've seen some different itemization choices so far. Is he just going to go for some armor penetration? Is he going to get a Hex Drinker? There's a lot of choices we could go for.
See, that's the thing is I think we've seen Serrated Dirks when I feel like there should be more Hex Drinkers against mages, so if Jisu is on point, I feel like he would go for less of the style of all-inning like he has before and more for going for the defensive options.
All right, he's 19 farm compared to 16 farm, so up just a little bit in that one. Health relatively high for both players. Near max.
Oh,
he's going to eat a lot of damage on that one, though. Drowsy now, falling asleep. Nullifying Orb procs to protect him a little bit, but Bjergsen definitely gets the better of his opponent on that trade. Jisu still farming it up. No fear here. Pops the potion. Bjergsen drinking one of his as well. Jisu still Not going to be forced back on this one. Wants to keep farming it up. The Nullifying Orb did do a little bit to protect him, but remember, Nullifying Orb, that rune in the sorcery tree that provides you sort of a mini Hex Drinker effect when you fall low, but the mini in that statement is very, very true. It is not a super strong shield. It's a small mitigation for magic damage, but it did help prevent some of the extra burst from Bjergsen.
Yeah. Right now, it's going to land on a minion there. And we'll see what happens. You can see right there, Spell Thief is going to give Bjergsen something if he kills that minion. You have to last hit it to get the Spell Thief.
Jisu trying to prevent that, but I don't know how effective that'll be. Paddle Star coming in.
Is that Ignite?
Let's see what it dropped. That
it
is Ignite. Bjergsen grabs an Ignite onto Jisu. Drop the exhaust.
Oh!
Sleepy Trouble Bubble. He's asleep.
And
in the last the damage doesn't
Man,
find
not
him.
hot.
Jisu gets out. We were talking about this guy getting away with things by the skin of his teeth. Single-digit HP.
Oh, Bjergsen was even blue heal there. That's the first summoner spell. I guess the second one counting the Ignite that Bjergsen's had to blow. So no more achievement
We
for him.
don't count the Ignite. We don't count the Ignite. That is technically Bjergsen's W. That is not a summoner spell. A real one.
Man, that was so close. Jisu, though, gonna pick himself up a Vamp Scepter. Something to note is they both took the Resolve Tree secondary, but Jisu has Revitalize instead of Second Wind. So it'll give him an overshield after he heals over a certain amount here. So that's why he has the Vamp very early on, so he could add a little bit more HP on top of it. But I do feel like Second Wind is overall a little bit of a better mastery, or I guess a rune to have. Masteries, rest in peace.
Yeah, we can't call them masteries anymore. They're all ruined. They're all reforged. Jisu back to farming up, 37 to 37. This game is close in farm, and that makes it that much more fun to watch, because a lot of times you see these games end up at a point where one person has so much of a farm advantage, the other guy's forced into making bad moves. But when the farm stays close, it balances on a knife's edge. Bjergsen looking for some cheeky moves.
He got a heal. He got the heal.
He had the heal that was used by Jisu earlier. Now able to find
Drowsy.
the trouble bubble yet again. Your Paddle Star finds its mark. Bjergsen looking for maybe a little bit more Paddle Star for the first blood.
A fast Paddle Star, too, right before he gets the health relic that had come back up.